Okay, so sometimes we're going to do the opposite. We're going to want to take a slope intercept form equation, y equals mx plus b equation, and we're going to want to change it to a standard form, right, where the ax and the by are together. It's really very simple. If you look at it, okay, here's your equal sign. In order to take it from y equals mx plus b and change it into this, all you need is for the x and the y to be together. Well, how do you get this x over here, right? We get rid of it, so we add the opposite, so add a negative 3x. It's gone over here, and then we add the negative 3x on the left side to keep everything balanced, and voila, they're together. You can't add them because this is an x and this is a y, so we just bring down this negative 3x, and this y is positive, so we put plus y. If it had been a negative y, you guessed it, it would be minus y. All right, and then on this side of the equal sign, the only thing that's left is this 2. Okay, so now we have the x and the y together. Okay, so that's standard form. Now next year, they're going to want you to make sure you never have a negative with the x. So see how we have a negative 3? What you do to get rid of that is you just multiply by negative 1, because anything times negative 1 will change the sign. So you're just going to distribute. You're going to multiply this negative 1 times everything in your equation. So you've got negative 1 times negative 3x, which is a positive 3x. And then you've got this negative 1 times this y. Remember, this is like a 1y, right? Positive 1y. So a negative 1 times a positive 1, so you'd get negative 1y. And then you'd have to multiply the negative 1 times the 2. So it would equal negative 2. So this is technically what you need for standard form. Okay, again, you never want this x term, okay, the a value as they call it, to be negative. But for me this year, I'm not requiring that. So I would have been okay with leaving it negative 3x plus y equals 2. I would have been okay with that. But this is the technical answer. This is the answer that you're going to need next year. So I want to make sure I mention it. But for our, purposes this year, we're just kind of starting off with this, just making sure that it's in kind of the standard form.